For the past few years, we've thought of artificial intelligence basically like a bicycle. It's a highly advanced tool, sure, but it only moves when you pedal it. You ask a question, and it gives you an answer. Well, welcome to the explainer, because that era is already fading. The latest data shows AI is evolving into something more like a self-driving car. It's becoming a proactive, autonomous participant in our daily lives. We are officially moving from AI as a tool to AI as an agent. Think of today's agenda as our onboarding blueprint for the new AI-driven workplace. We're breaking this explainer down into 4 parts. Section 1, meet your new coworker. Section 2, supercharging productivity. Section 3, when agents work together. And Section 4, changing the human role. All right, let's dive right into Section 1, meet your new coworker. So there's a really stark contrast between the old way of doing things and this new paradigm. Traditional AI is completely instruction-based. It's highly reactive. You punch a prompt into a chatbot and it executes that single isolated task. But agentic AI, it's entirely different. It's intent-driven. Instead of micromanaging it with step-by-step instructions, you just give it the destination. It's so much like having a proactive digital concierge. You tell it what you want to achieve, and it figures out the best way to get there.
Let's make sure we have a shared vocabulary here. Agentic AI refers to autonomous systems that understand a goal, formulate a plan, and take coordinated actions across platforms to actually achieve it. And what makes this so incredibly groundbreaking is that these agents can learn, they can self-correct, and they optimize their own workflows with very minimal human oversight. They aren't just spitting out text, they are actively navigating software and making real decisions.
It's absolutely wild how fast this is moving. According to Stanford's AI Index report, there's a benchmark called OS World, which tests an AI's ability to navigate a normal computer operating system. Well, AI agents just jumped from a 12% success rate to a whopping 66.3% on these really complex multi-step tasks. We aren't just talking about generating text anymore. We're talking about an agent opening your web browser, cross-referencing your calendar, and actually booking a flight completely on its own. They are literally operating within just 6 percentage points of human performance when it comes to clicking, typing, and navigating across different everyday apps.
Let's move right along to Section 2, supercharging personal productivity.
To really frame this, I want to highlight Wharton professor Ethan Mollick's first rule for learning AI, which comes from his book Co-Intelligence. He simply says, always invite AI to the table. What he means by that is the absolute best way to learn how to work with this new technology is to experiment with it as your coworker, your creative partner, or even a coach on as many tasks as possible. You really have to bring it into your daily workflow to see what it can actually pull off.
Mollick actually shares this fantastic, highly practical anecdote to prove his point. He wanted to test an AI agent's ability to process a massive amount of text to find specific, surprising anomalies. So what did he do? He had it screen the entire text of The Great Gatsby to locate 3 hidden sci-fi references he had secretly inserted into the document. The AI found them instantly, and as a bonus, it even calculated the surprisingly massive size of Gatsby's estate. It just proves that you can hand off the heavy lifting of data synthesis to an agent, which completely frees you up to focus on the results.
And we're seeing this real-world impact across so many different industries. Studies show incredible productivity gains when workers actually use these AI tools. Software developers are completing 26% more pull requests. Customer support teams, they're resolving 14% more issues. And marketing teams are seeing a massive 50% increase in ad creation output. The big takeaway here is a consistent finding in the research. These tools often help less experienced workers close the skills gap the fastest. It literally levels the playing field.
All right, let's zoom out a bit for Section 3, when agents work together. Very soon, your competitive advantage won't come from just having a single AI assistant. It's going to come from orchestrating entire ecosystems of specialized agents. There are new open standards, like the agent-to-agent or A2A protocol, that are enabling AI agents built by entirely different developers to talk to each other. They can negotiate tasks, share context, and securely collaborate across different enterprise boundaries. Just imagine your company's logistics agent directly coordinating with your supplier's inventory agent, completely autonomously. It's a total game changer.
And we're already seeing this happen in really complex fields, like scientific research. Take Google's AI co-scientist framework, for example. It literally simulates a human research team by dividing up the work. Step 1, one agent acts as the researcher and scours the literature. Step 2, another agent plays the theorist and formulates a hypothesis. And step 3, a third agent actually executes the code and reviews the findings. They debate with each other, they refine the ideas, and they evolve the outputs together.
The result of that teamwork is absolutely staggering.
By using this collaborative generate, debate, evolve loop, the AI co-scientists achieved a 78.4% accuracy rate on PhD-level science questions. To put that into perspective, multi-agent configurations consistently outperform single-agent setups. When agents work together, their reasoning capabilities just multiply.
Let's transition to the final, and honestly, perhaps the most important piece of our blueprint. Section 4. Changing the human role.
We are witnessing a massive macroeconomic shift right now that researchers are calling seniority-biased technological change. Basically, AI is taking over the heavy lifting. The entry-level, highly structured, repeatable work is being handed off to agents. Because of this, we're actually starting to see employment declines for junior roles in heavily AI-exposed fields. For instance, young software developer headcount dropped nearly 20% recently, while the senior roles remain totally intact.
But here is the good news. The human role isn't disappearing at all. It is being elevated. We're transitioning from doing the manual, logic-driven work ourselves to overseeing the work and managing the agents. Moving forward, your value is going to come from providing strategic oversight. You'll exercise ethical judgment when the AI faces a gray area, shape the intent and the goals those agents are optimizing toward, and enforce trusted governance. You aren't just an employee anymore. You are becoming the manager of a digital workforce.
And that brings us perfectly back to Ethan Mollick's second rule: be the human in the loop. Look, it can be incredibly tempting to just set an autonomous agent on a task, fire and forget. But self-correcting mechanisms, thoughtful prompting, and human validation are the absolute only ways to ensure trust and safety. The AI executes the plan for sure, but you own the outcome.
So what does this all mean for us? The technology has moved from answering simple questions to completing complex tasks, and now to collaborating on entirely autonomous workflows. The agents are definitely ready. So the real question I want to leave you with today is this: the technology is ready to collaborate, but are you ready to manage it? Take some time to think about how you will adapt your own skills to thrive alongside your brand new AI coworkers. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep exploring.